audience and they're like, hint, 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 you know. But I love that. Thank you for asking. You know, my process, it varies. I always, here's the thing, the biggest part of writing is actually editing and revising. You know, you're gonna do more of that than anything. That's the big thing. So I would tell your students that for sure. But you know, I always try to start with what I call a zero draft. Not a first draft, a zero draft. Nobody will ever see this. My editor, my mom, my agent, they won't see it. I'm sorry y'all, but y'all won't see it. But I call it my zero draft, and that's basically my way of trying to get to know my characters. So I will write scenes of them doing absolutely nothing at all, whether it's like stuff like having dinner together, just so I can see how they interact with one another. Or I did scenes with just Bree, Malik, and Sunny playing video games at the house, and just to see how they interact with one another. Or they're at the corner store getting candy. How do they go in there? How do they act when they go in the store? So that can inform things later on in the story. So I do a zero draft. And then after I do a zero draft, I try to do an outline chart. I took this from J.K. Rowling. Shout out to her, you know, Harry Potter. You know, don't sue me for taking your idea. You're rich already, girl. Bye. But she had this chart she released for Order of the Phoenix, and it was her outline chart. And I remember looking it up because I was like, what was going through your mind when you made Harry so angry? You know, like, I was so mad at him in that book, and I was like, what was going through her head? So she did this outline chart, and she had every single plot point at the top, or every single character, well, not every single character, but every single plot point, and then she had the chapters down the side so that she could keep up with what was happening in every single chapter. So I try to do that for my outline. I try to do that chart because I'm a visual person, and if I can see it out like that, as opposed to writing it out, that helps me with writing it. So I always do a chart outline. Then a first draft, second draft, third, in the case of this book, 20th draft. Yeah. But I cry. I ball up into the fetal position. I quit writing. I decide that I'm going to retire. I try to turn to alcohol, but I hate alcohol, so I go to strong soda pop instead. I play video games. I procrastinate. I ignore emails from my editor. I act like I didn't see them. I try to get back to the book. I hate it again. I love it again. I'm not sure about it again. I revise, until finally, So it varies for everybody, but that's my process. Unfortunately. Donna and I were joking about it.